I should shut a timer on this thing. Am I live? Shoot. Hopefully I am. 1 second, y'all. If y'all can hear me and you can see me, can I get a good in the chat? Y'all know the routine. Help me out. Can I get a good in the chat? Hopefully I'm live. If not, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Let's see here. What we're gonna start with. Hold on here. All right, thank you, Rich Turner. He says we're good. Sound is good. Okay. Thank you. And RPG, I see you. Don't think I don't see you, because I see you in here. Okay. So now that we've got visuals, we're gonna rewind. Hopefully y'all can hear that. And then I'm gonna do my intro. Hold on. Welcome back to Pills, Potions, and Poisons with me, NAllenRx. I'm a pharmacist. But I'm not here in a professional capacity. No, I am not. However, I do have expert level knowledge and information that I can share with you guys. And for those of you who are new here, there's one thing I need you to always remember. And what's that, Allen? I'm not your pharmacist. I am not your pharmacist. I'm not a pharmacist. Okay? So whatever information you get from me is just information, okay? So what are we talking about tonight? Where are we? So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to have like a free fall. We're going to have to combine a couple subjects that I myself kind of fell behind on. It's been a busy week, or has it not, y'all? Some things we're not going to get into unless y'all want to get into it, like this election situation. But, it is what it is. Life must go on, however it is. Whoever we got in office, that's who we got in office, okay? So, where are we? Tonight, we got Liam Payne. We talked about this guy before. He was in One Direction, which I, for some reason, didn't know. Y'all know my house gets up in here, so ignore them individuals and these pet individuals as well. They love to make a lot of noise when I get on this here string. We got Liam Payne from One Direction. I thought I didn't know who he was. I thought I didn't know One Direction. Evidently, I did know him, and I definitely knew that Zane. I told y'all from that Back to Sleep remix with Chris Brown and Usher. If you know, you know. If you don't know, check it out. You're on YouTube anyway. So he fell from the 3rd floor of a building in Argentina. They say 25 points of impact. Who in the world even knows? He had some Tusi, evidently, on the nightstand. I don't know. However they leave their drugs, I don't know. It was a messy little scene set up there. So we're in Argentina. We're going back there. We're going to talk a little bit about Liam. And now, all of a sudden, several weeks later, they arrested 3 people in that, in his death investigation. 3 people have now been arrested. Who else we going to talk about? We're going to talk about, we got Diddy. Diddy turned 55. He turned 55 on the 4th. I myself have just had a birthday on the 3rd. I just had a birthday. If y'all want to know how old I was, I'll tell y'all. But, if you don't ask me, I ain't going to tell you. I mean, it don't matter anyway. Because y'all know I look younger than what I am. What they say, what the mirror say? Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear, or whatever the hell they say in the mirror. I don't know. Either way. We also, y'all thought I was gonna let it slide, but we gotta get into all that drug cabinet of a house that Young Thug had. Y'all saw them dang on balls of Promethazine with codeine. I was like, Lord have mercy. First of all, I told y'all, the pharmacy where I work at right now, retail pharmacy, we don't sell any codeine products. There's no Promethazine with codeine, no Promethazine VC, none of that VC, no pseudoephedrine with the VC, none of that, guys. No codeine products other than guaifenesin with codeine. So that's like say, for example, something like a Mucinex with codeine. So you got some, you know, to help your productive cough, and you got a little codeine to help with it. But that's it. Everything else, that good stuff, promethazine, codeine, evidently all the extra bottles went to Young Thug's house, because he had cabinets and cabinets and cabinets, the top cabinets, the bottom cabinets, the pantry, the bathroom, you know, any kind of storage he had in his house had all these promethazine with codeine. And he had the good kind too. He had the manufacturer that y'all be looking for when y'all be buying y'all drug stuff on the street. He even had some drink that they call some YSL slime, YSL, some kind of drink, drinkity drink. So we're going to get into that. So we're in Fulton County, we're in Argentina, and we some. I guess that's where Diddy is locked up at. Y'all got to let me know. Some of the stuff I know, some of it I don't know, but you know, y'all get me up to date on it. But before we do get into any of all of that, I got to see who I got here in this chat with me tonight. What I be saying? Regulators. I think that's what I say. Is that what I be saying? Mount up. We got the RPG up in this thing. Y'all ready? He say, what? Happy belated birthday, P3. Today's my day. Happy birthday to you. I'll be singing that version. And I think this is the kind of crowd that watches my stream. The version that on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I know y'all ain't fooling with Will right now, but you know, put that all aside. The version where Tevin Campbell came on there, he was singing to Ashley for her birthday. I don't know how old she was turning, maybe 13 or something like that. But he was like, happy birthday to you. See the ad lib? Happy birthday. He was like, dear Ashley, happy birthday to you. Yes, sexual chocolate. Happy birthday. And happy birthday to me too. Y'all will celebrate my birthday. I started to get on for my birthday, but y'all know what I did? I ain't do nothing. I was in here asleep. I've been asleep like the past 3 days. It ain't even, don't make nothing that long, but I did. Rich Turner. We got the Rich Turner in the house. He's the mod of our mods. He has a wrench in his name. He's the Rich Turner. He says, sound is good. Laverne, what's up, Laverne? Salute, Laverne. He said, hey. We got Jocelyn. Hey, y'all know Jocelyn, hey. She's a family member of the chat. Very close relative, immediate family member of the chat. Welcome. She says, hey. She ain't say, hey, y'all, but y'all notice what she be saying. She says, hey, y'all. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's go get into what we talking about tonight. I tried to have everything prepared, but, you know, I did. I think, you know, I think we need to go and just start off with the YSL situation, because, you know, that's what we got going on, you know, for the most part. Mr. CKB, you sliding in here? I see you sneaking on in here. He say, what's good, Miss Potion? Oh, it's all good in the hood. Y'all know I be trying to like I'm down, but I ain't. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen. And I think we should start with a little bit of who is this? Hold up. Stop the show. Lead attorney say, what? Hey, lead attorney. Welcome back to Pills, Potions, and Poisons with me. NAllenRx. I'm the pharmacist. He says YSL is not a gang. Okay. That is what they say. So far, that's what they said. Dang, what? Y'all, I was late. Y'all was waiting on me. We got CM Pills. He says, hey, y'all, thank y'all for coming up, showing up here tonight. You know, I'm going to take this as y'all showing up as a birthday gift to me. You know, Merry Christmas to me. You know, I reward myself. So let's start with, we're going to go and start with the YSL game. Y'all know who we go to for that. And of course, y'all know, when we get to talking about the YSL, I did go to the Georgia Board of Pharmacy. We got to look at this Controlled Substance Act. We got to make sure these people get charged for what they're supposed to be getting charged for. Y'all know. So we're going to look at this, and let me pull it up. What did I see? Okay. All right. We got the Young Fizzle. So far, they only got, I was going to say Deamonte, because y'all know I like to say those names, like the Deamonte and the Quamarius, the Quatavius, and the Shaquille Kokomos. I like to say those kind of names because, you know, I like to say those kind of names. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to share this and I'm going to do that. Okay. So we're going to listen to it. We're going to show us what happened. So all of this is what happened. Evidently, the day that Thug got arrested, first of all, Thug has gone home. Hallelujah. You know, what is it? Truly humbled on the God. Amen for him that he's gone home. And they didn't get a chance to present all this evidence to us, you know, when they was trying to, you know, lock Thug down. But they still say, guess what? What's his name? Deamonte. Deamonte was in the house that day that they arrested Thug. And I don't know if Shannon was there or not, but Deamonte, is that his name? I don't know these names. Somebody was at the house that they Thug got arrested. So they like, we still gonna show y'all those 3 drug charges that Thug got arrested, that he admitted guilt to, and those 2 weapons charges. And one of them was a gang thing. So they said they still, you know, they're gonna still show us this. So we're gonna go and take a look at what they had up in that house that night. We're gonna put the captions on. And y'all let me know if we got any sound. Okay?
What's been marked as 1 X-ray?
Let me know what we got. Can you hear that? Let's skip a little bit.
Can you orient the jury? You had referenced y'all were at a staging area before. So when you enter the residence, was anyone other than law enforcement inside?
It's Thug house.
When I entered the residence, no, it was just law enforcement.
And I'm going to publish 1 X-ray.
Thug first of all,
2 X-ray. Is this the front of the residence?
That is the front of the residence.
And when you entered that location, did you go in through the front door?
I did.
And is that the front stairs depicted on this photograph?
Yes, those are the front stairs leading up to the front door of the residence.
I'm going to publish 3.
Open kitchen to the left.
You got an open floor plan.
Now, do you see?
This is not important, but it's like, why in the world are these cords showing like that? You know, you don't even have to do that. I hung my own TVs and the cords not showing. But anyway, it's a lot. I guess, you know, it's like, why we care about the wires when the rest of the house looking like this anyway? Okay, but anyway.
See that white island in the middle to the left near the kitchen?
Yes.
And do you see that kind of half wall to the left of that painting?
Okay. Yes.
What is on the other side of that wall?
There's a coat closet.
And actually, I'm going to ask you, I got an old school wooden pointer, Detective Storno. I'm going to box seated
I watched
on
this, but
the
I did.
middle
Y'all know
of
me.
that island.
Yes.
Can you orient for the jury where that is?
This box right here that says cat.
And
what's that?
I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 6 X-ray now.
That's cute.
His cell phone.
They said they had $1 million worth of stuff. Oh no, they got cash right here. Hold on, let's get to what we can.
I'm going to publish 12
We ain't looking for no GUNs. We ain't looking for no money. We looking for
in relation to the kitchen area we were just discussing?
That's fine.
This was located in a cabinet below the counter.
And
serial numbers on the web.
Detective Turner, can you help? Is it 31 X-ray alpha on the top of that box? I'm going to publish 34 X-ray alpha on the top of that box. Yes, 31 X-ray alpha at this time. Detective Storno, I'm going to publish 33 X-ray. Now, is this a close-up of the 2 bags from that compartment?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to publish 34 X-ray. What was inside the pink bag? What do we have here?
We recovered multiple bottles, multiple unopened bottles of promethazine codeine syrup.
Yes.
And have you encountered promethazine or codeine syrup in your 18 years with Atlanta Police Department?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to publish, or let me ask you this. Was there multiple bottles?
There were multiple bottles.
I'm not going to say that.
Yes.
I'm going to publish 35 X-ray. Is this the brown bag that was next to that bag in the compartment?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 36 X-ray. What do we have here? What was inside
We
of
got
that bag?
pills.
In addition to the promethazine,
Okay, so just FYI, we can't even. Okay, I told y'all we can't stock promethazine with codeine in the pharmacy where I work at. We don't get it anymore. Like we can't order it. We don't have it. Don't come there looking for it, trying to steal it. We don't have it. Okay, we ain't cool like that no more. We used to be cool, but we not. And I told y'all this story about, you know what? That might be part of the reason why they don't sell it no more, because I told y'all I had a situation with a driver and he talking about our package was damaged and he kept every time I be this close to saying his name. Hey, Nina Simone, I ain't see you slipping here. Sidebar. Sorry, y'all. I be acting like that when I see my folks in here. Anyway, the dude, I be want to say his name every time. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up because some of y'all haven't heard this story before. So I'm a retail pharmacist. For those of you who don't know, I work at a big pharmacy chain. Okay, I do. I work in a small town, but it's a big chain. They got 2 stores in my little town where I'm at. Well, it's a city. It's a city. You know, I-20 run through here. They got the Riverboat Casinos. Anyway, so every time I'm gonna just tell y'all a little bit, but I ain't gonna tell y'all too much because I don't want y'all coming up in there trying to rob me. Because they robbed my location a few weeks ago. They robbed the front end of the store. The pharmacy was closed, thank God, you know. So we wasn't there. Anyway, so we get our orders. We get controlled substances on certain days, whatever. We might get them every day. We might get them whatever days, whatever. Anyway, so they separate. I can say that, I think. I don't know. Okay, anyway, they separate, whatever, from the rest of the drugs. Like they, you know, we got to check them in. We got to sign for them when they come in. When we get an order, they say we supposed to have 16 totes. There's these big totes. You know, they kind of like storage bins. They fold over. They got like, you know, zip ties and stuff on them. Anyway, you ain't supposed to be able to get in them, you know, once they closed up, whoever packaged them up at whatever warehouse. And so this particular day, you know, sometimes I just get it. You know, we have a certain driver for a while, you know, they be cool. They be coming there. They have all little small talk, you know, whatever. They be trying to distract you, but it's like whatever. You know, usually sometimes I just get the thing, I just go and sign. But this particular day, I was like, okay, what we got? 1, 2, 3. We're supposed to have 14 totes. We have a 13 totes. Where the other one at? Guy whose name I'm this close to saying, he was like, oh, that tote was damaged. I said, okay, well, I'll send it back. Where is it? He said, I left it out on the truck. I'm like, well, go get it. Go get it. Bring it back. You know, he was like, okay, well, I'm gonna bring it in. But yeah, that tote was damaged. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, how does he know? He don't know if it's damaged or what's in it, what's not in it, because he's supposed to be just picking up and dropping off. He ain't supposed to know what's in there. You know, I'm like in my head, but in the back of my head, I'm just like not thinking about it. But I'm like, okay, go get it. So I signed, for 13. I'm like, one's missing my initial. Like, where's this other one that I ain't signing for until I get it? So he went outside and I went to doing something else. I got ADHD low key. No, for real, I got it. So he never came back. I didn't even know he's ever came back. And then I looked at the list. I'm like, ah! We have a list of what's supposed to be in these totes. He doesn't. We get it from our, the people we order the drugs from. We know what's in it. They don't. He didn't know. He wasn't supposed to know that it was 3 bottles or 4 bottles of promethazine with codeine. And I can't remember, probably 16 ounces. I mean, however many, too many of those. And, that was a whole big deal. I'll catch y'all up on the rest of that later. But anyway, so they got more promethazine in that bag than they would even let us order at one time anyway at this retail pharmacy where I work at. But let's go ahead and get back into
there was a bag containing multiple bottles of various pills.
What are those pills? We can look those pills up. I can tell you right now, though, they go to all the pharmacies. How do I know this? Because I just know that blue top right there, that's Walmart. That top right there look like that, that's CVS. This one right here, y'all don't know this. That's a Walgreens top right there. I can look at that cap and tell that's kind of cap we got. That's our tamper resistant. Not our and we, because I ain't acting like I ain't paying. They paying me because I do a job, but not like it's my company. Like, oh, our and us and we. No, I ain't one of them types.
I'm going to
That's they stuff.
publish. Well, let me ask you this. On the day of the search, did you know or able to tell what type of pills or items they were?
No, we did not identify the type of pills they were on the day of the search.
I'm going to publish 37 X-ray. After y'all went through the bag, did you ever line these items out to go through them?
Our members of our team did.
They lined them up. There's Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. Yeah. Preventa, Flovent. That ain't
And
no
is that what is depicted in this
albuterol,
photograph?
EPFA.
Yes.
Now,
That's
gonna publish
nature made, right? That is it nature
38
made.
X-ray
That's
X-ray.
iron. What they doing with that?
Is this a close-up of the miscellaneous pills and items in that bag in the compartment?
Yes.
And ultimately, with these items, did the APD gang unit ever place these items in a larger bag?
To be
Yes.
honest, y'all, as I look closely up on this bottle right here, I don't know if y'all can see my cursor. That look like some kind of, that's penicillin. That's penicillin. I mean, not that that's what's in there. That don't have to be what's in there, but that says penicillin on there. Yeah, it does. Who need that? Oh my goodness, y'all know about all this syphilis that's going around anyway in Texas. Anyway.
And ever transport them to
Somebody
Georgia
tell me.
investigation?
Oh my
They're
goodness,
eventually transported to the GBI.
And would that be under the same case where we've been discussing?
Yes.
I am
Definitely.
approaching the witness with what's been marked as 37 X-ray alpha. Now, Detective Storno, do you see a APD case number on that item?
Yes, I do.
And is that the APD case number for this case we've been discussing?
Yes, it's the same case number.
And with looking at the items, and if you need to open it, you may. I wanted to ask you if those are items that were collected from the home that we were just discussing.
Yes, this bag contains the various pills that were recovered in the bag that was in the hidden compartment.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to tender into evidence 37 X-ray alpha.
Admitted.
Okay.
Now, Detective Storno, was there ever any white powder found in that secret compartment?
Yes.
And was it in any type of container?
I do not recall what type of container it was in. I believe it was in a plastic bag.
White powder.
I'm gonna
Was
show
it
you
pure residue
what's been
or was it
marked
cocaine?
as 37 X-ray Bravo, and ask you, do you see an APD case number with that item?
Yes.
Is that the same APD case number associated with this search warrant?
It is.
And were all items collected in the home from that search warrant ultimately taken back to APD and transported to the GBI?
They were eventually, they're initially booked into our APD property and then later transported to the GBI.
And when APD collects
I think it's
items
all
and
the drugs
places them in
that
the
thugs
property, does it
like
have the
admitted,
date of
guilty
collection on
to.
the
Use drugs.
evidence sticker on the items collected?
Yes.
And is the date on that item the same date as the search warrant?
It is.
Does that appear to be an item of collected from the home, the search of this home?
Yes.
Your Honor, this time the state will move to tender into evidence 37 X-ray Bravo.
Admitted.
I'm going to publish 39 X-ray.
Oh,
Is this a
yes.
view of that same bag found in that secret compartment?
Yes, it is.
How many
And
bottles is
in
it?
total, how many bottles of what was suspected to be promethazine or codeine found in the home that day?
We recovered a total of 33 bottles.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going to publish 40 X-ray.
33
Are
bottles.
these the items lined out from what were collected in that brown bag we were just looking at?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
I'm approaching the
Wow.
witness, Your Honor, with what's been marked as 40 X-ray alpha. I'll make a little room for you.
33 bottles. Yeah. 33 bottles. What's 33 times 473? $15,609 milliliters. How many gallons how many meals in a gallon? I used to know this kind of stuff like by heart, but I don't no more. Somebody tell me how many milliliters in a gallon, and then we'll divide that by the 15,000, and they will tell us how many gallons out of those 33 bottles they had. Because each bottle got 473 milliliters in it. Y'all help me out. Somebody do the math or somebody do the research. Oh my goodness. What's all this noise? Are they picking up the bottles or what? And you see that on there, that where it says like a C5 on there? Can y'all see that? Can y'all see my cursor or nah? Well, this arrow right here, it says C5 on there. That tells us what schedule it is. In the state of Georgia or any state, because they all gonna have like the schedule on there. So C5, that means it's a schedule 5. It's a controlled substance. The thing about, let me see. I'm gonna show y'all something else at some point. We'll watch a little bit more of this, but then I'll talk to y'all a little bit about the scheduling of the drugs. Some states, drugs have a different schedule, may have a different schedule, depending on how much of the codeine is in there. It could be like however many milliliters per 100 mil that'll determine if it's scheduled, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which schedule it's in, what has control in that state. And say, for example, in Mississippi, this will be a schedule 4, but in Georgia, it's a schedule 5, and the feds might say it's a schedule 3. So you have to go with whichever law is stricter, whichever one has a stricter law. But yeah, so that's how we know, like, oh, that's a controlled substance. Why? Because it got the C5 on there, right there.
Is there
Yeah,
a
33 bottles,
APD
that's
case
crazy.
number associated with that box, Detective Storno?
Yes.
And does that appear to be the same APD case number associated with this case?
Yes.
Can you do me a favor and open up and look in that box?
What? Why don't they let us see him looking in it? Or maybe that's gonna happen.
Okay.
Having looked at the packaging and labeling of that item and looking inside, what is that?
This box contains the bottles of promethazine codeine that we recovered from the residents.
Your Honor, at this time, the state moves to tender into evidence 40 X-ray alpha.
Admitted.
And Detective Storno, I will grab that for you real quick. Place it right
So
here.
it's roughly 37.85. That's how many mils
Now,
we got in a gallon.
I'm going to
So
approach
they had
you
about
with
4 gallons of promethazine with codeine.
what's been
in the
marked
house.
as 40 X-ray
That's a lot.
Bravo and ask you to take a look at that item, and do
That's
you see an
crazy.
APD case number associated with it?
Yes.
Is that the APD case number associated with the search warrant of this?
Okay, I could be naive about this, but like, what's the point of the baby bottle? Like, are they using that to measure? Like, what is the baby bottle in there for? Or do it taste better coming out of a baby bottle? I don't know. If y'all know what they use the baby bottle for, because y'all heard it from somewhere, y'all read it somewhere, or y'all know, because somebody else said something about that, let me know what the baby bottle is for. What is the iron for here? What is the iron for here? Because I don't know if I got, what's his name? They got the sickle cell. I mean, did he need the iron? Because I be needing the iron. I need iron fusion. Them iron pills don't work for me. And what was the penicillin? Like, I mean, are we gonna talk about that? We just gonna ignore it.
This home.
It is.
But like, what is the baby bottle used for? Anybody in the chat, if y'all know, let me know. Why do we need a baby bottle in the midst of all of this?
And is the collection date on that item the same date as the search warrant?
Yes.
With without opening that item, with the labeling from that package, does that appear to be an item collected or a substance collected from the May 9th, 2022 search of the home?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, the state moves to tender into evidence 40 X-ray Bravo.
And see, when I look at this, I see some prescription bottles. So somebody's getting the actual prescription. These CVS bottles too. I know they bottles. This how they amber. This how they look. So this is CVS bottle prescription. This is CVS prescription. This is CVS prescription. These are manufacturer bottles right here. Okay, that's how we get them from our distro. Okay, that's how we get them from where we order them from. Now, some people, okay, they doing the NBA YoungBoy and they getting a few prescriptions here, and this is nothing. This is like, you know, like about 4 ounces. It look like 4 ounces right here. That ain't enough. You want 12 to 16. You want these. Now, somebody somehow is getting these. How are they getting these? I don't know. It could be the same kind of deal like your boy did when he stole them ones from me that day, from, you know, when I was at work. But yeah, these little prescriptions, yeah, this ain't enough. But, and you can be like, okay, this is enough for me to use. But when you got about 4 gallons worth of this stuff, because this is what they got here, like about 4 gallons, according to what they said. Yeah, Thug still kind of got off a little easy. I'm just saying. Did I press play? What are they talking about? I don't have no
And
patience, y'all.
are you able to see in that item?
Yes.
And
Why won't they change the picture? Oh,
I'm approaching the witness with what's been marked as 40 X-ray Delta. Detective Storno, if you can take a moment and look at, does that have a evidence label on that item?
It does.
And is that the same APD case number associated with the evidence collected from this search?
Yes.
And are you able to, or may you open that and take a look inside briefly?
so who was at the house?
Okay. I see.
What is
Man, they was partying.
40 X-ray Delta?
These are empty bottles of that formerly contained promethazine.
Why they empty?
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of some of the empty
They say
bottles
the
that you
police be
collected
using
that
this
day?
stuff.
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to tender into evidence State's Exhibit 40 X-ray Delta.
Admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll go.
Now I'm going to publish 41 X-ray. And earlier, Detective Storno, we had discussed about different bedrooms in the home. Is this bedroom depicted on the basement, first floor, or second story?
This is on the first floor, main level of the residence.
Is this within walking distance of the main living room area we had just in the kitchen area?
Yes.
They need to clean the lady.
I'm going to publish, or let me ask you this. Was there a bathroom inside of this room?
Yes, this bedroom has its own bathroom attached.
I'm going to publish 42 X-ray.
Look
What do we
under the
have here?
sink, y'all.
So
in the
this
bathroom.
is in the cabinet underneath the sink. There were 2 promethazine bottles that we located,
Under there like mouthwash.
as well as this North Face, this black North Face bag.
And did you all go inside of that black North Face bag?
What was
Yes.
in there?
I'm going to publish what's been marked as 43 X-ray. Is this showing some of the contents of that bag?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 44 X-ray. What do we have here?
So there was some marijuana that we recovered from the bag, and as well as also a bag of ammunition. I'm sorry, a box of ammunition.
I am approaching you with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 44 X-ray Alpha. I'm going to ask you to take a look at this. Does this item have the same APD evidence case number and identification tag used from the items collected this day?
Yes, it's the same case number.
I'm going to ask you to open that and look inside, please.
Okay.
And you can actually pull that out. And what is
Okay.
that item?
I'm gonna pause this for a second. I'm gonna show y'all something else. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I told y'all like about these scheduling of the drugs, right? So codeine could really go from a schedule 2, it could be schedule 3, it could be schedule 4, schedule 5. It all depends on how much codeine is in whatever product. So for example, codeine, promethazine with codeine. Hold on, let me find it. See what Georgia talking about. I might be ready to get a Georgia license after I get through with all this studying. Halfway studying at least. Hold on, y'all. All right. Let's see. Hold on, I'm coming. I gotta see if it. Okay. So we back to Georgia Board of Pharmacy. Controlled Substance Act. Okay. Oh man, I still forgot to do my little cursor thing on here. All right, so it lists all of the drugs that are controlled substances in each schedule, each drug. Okay, so this is Schedule 2. This says the controlled substances listed in this code section are included in Schedule 2. Any of the following substances or salts thereof. So when y'all get y'all prescriptions, and sometimes the name got I don't know, it might just say losartan, and next time you might see losartan potassium, or you might see something that got HCl at the end of it. It's the same thing. Don't be calling back up to the pharmacy asking me if this is the same drug, because you want to make sure you're taking the right thing. Okay, good. The good thing you're paying attention. It's the same thing, but that's the salt form of the drug. Okay, except those narcotic drugs specifically. Can y'all see this? I think I can zoom in a little bit. Oh man, I need to figure it. Oh, okay. Maybe I do. Okay. Exempted, specifically exempted or listed in other schedules, whether produced directly or indirectly by extraction from substances of vegetable origin, blah, 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 blah. I told you I was going to blah, 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 because I'm not studying to get no license in Georgia. Not yet. Vegetable origin or independently by means of chemical synthesis or by combination of extraction and chemical synthesis. Opium and opiate. That's like things that come from nature, things that don't come from nature. Synthetic, any salt, compound, derivative, or preparation of opium or opiate. Y'all know opium and poppy seeds and all that. Y'all watch that show? What was that show I was watching? Ozarks. Excluding naloxone, which is the y'all know it's anti-opium. Y'all know this. Y'all learn it over here. But including the following. So it's like, this is everything. Drugs that include this all going to be listed in Schedule 2. See what's highlighted right here? Codeine. But this is like a single compound. Like I told y'all before, some Florida pharmacists ordered some codeine tablets. It was just plain codeine. I don't want that at the store where I'm at, okay? Don't order that. I don't even know why anybody is requesting it for some hospice patient, whatever. But any derivative, like codeine by itself, is going to be Schedule 2, okay? What else they got on here? Y'all know hydrocodone. That's Norco. hydromorphone. Y'all love that. Morphine, oxycodone, oxymorphone, all these drugs. This is all Schedule 2, okay? Y'all know this person right here too. Fentanyl, can y'all see that? All of that Schedule 2. It's going to tell us all the drugs that's going to be listed in Schedule 2, okay? It's going to do that. So you see codeine by itself is Schedule 2. However, let me go back. I had something that scared maybe Schedule 3. Well, I ain't say that on my tab. I don't never do right. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go back to find my Schedule 3s and 5s, 3 through 5s. I told y'all how we do it. It be Schedule 1, which we don't handle in retail pharmacy. Then you got Schedule 2, and then we like 3 through 5 go all together. But I told y'all if we studying for exams, we need to know which ones are 3, which ones are 4, which ones are 5. But in our everyday practice, they 3 through 5. Oh, I didn't know y'all was looking at this while I look for it. Let me pull that down. Okay, but anyway, so let me find it because it's gonna tell us exactly what's what, okay? Let's see. Let's go to Schedule 5. Okay, here we go. Pull it back up. Okay, so Schedule 5. The controlled substances listed in this code section are included in Schedule 5. Any compound, mixture, or preparation containing limited quantities. This is not as a single agent like it was in Schedule 2. It was codeine by itself. And this one is limited quantities of any of the following narcotic drugs or salts thereof, which also contain one or more non-narcotic active medicinal ingredient in sufficient proportion to upon the compound, mixture, or preparation valuable medicinal qualities other than those possessed by the narcotic drug alone. So this is not the narcotic drug alone. This is in combination with other drugs. Not more than 200 milligrams of codeine or any of its salts per 100 milliliters or per 100 grams, okay? Not more than 100 milligrams of dihydrocodeine or any of its salts per 100 milliliter or per 100 grams. Okay, all of that kind of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. What is this? Ethylmorphine, not more than 2.5 milligrams of diphenoxylate and not less than 25 micrograms of atropine. What's that? What is this? Lamotil. Y'all know what Lamotil is? If you probably had like something like, okay, you use this for like this like serious diarrhea. You use one, I think it's 1 per loose stool, maybe 1 to 2 per loose stool, but not more than like 8 a day. I don't know. I'm not at work right now. Not till y'all start paying me on here, but that's for that. Okay. And then it gives a list of other drugs. Okay. What's this? Which y'all know. Y'all probably know this lyrical, that's pregabalin. What else? Okay. Anyway, so for another example, Tylenol 3. Y'all heard of Tylenol 3, right? They got actually Tylenol 2, 3, and 4, but most of the time they prescribe Tylenol 3. And it's gonna be what is it? 300 milligrams of Tylenol, the acetaminophen, and it's gonna be 30 milligrams of codeine. So what's that? This fits in one of these, right? Does it not? Or maybe it's 200 milligrams. Okay, so that's 100. Yeah, per 100 grams. So we got 300 and we got 30. So is that it? 10. So this fits in that. So it would be what? Is this a 5? I guess. I don't know. I can't think right now. Y'all do the math. But Tylenol 3, that's an example of the codeine products. And I told y'all that guaifenesin with codeine, that's another one. So if y'all act like y'all just gotta have some codeine to help with this chronic cough that y'all just can't get over, then, they'll let y'all get that little guaifenesin with codeine. Or unless you go to CVS because they got the promethazine codeine. We don't. And I ain't trying to make y'all go rob CVS or nothing, but I'm just telling y'all. But so that's what they got on this. Something else I wanted to show y'all. Okay, I was gonna show y'all this too about the counterfeit drugs because I kind of got a little interested in the counterfeit drugs while I was looking at this. So, and I need to get one of my compounding colleagues to come on here with me. I really haven't asked them yet, but I need to get them on here because they can tell us a little bit more about how they making this stuff. So this is not, well, they did say that Miss Love, Lady Love, Attorney Love, the Honorable Love, the dishonorable Lady Love, she said that that thug had enough with intent to distribute. I mean, I was like, That's how I was when I first heard that. I was like, that man, they just using the drugs. What thug need to be selling the drugs for? But Shannon had an online enterprise. I think they said Shannon Stillwell. Because when they was talking about selling their drugs on Instagram and TikTok, they said that Shannon had a good deal going. Everybody was trying to sell their drugs like Shannon was doing. And I was like, well, either way, Thug didn't have enough to distribute. But now, looking at it, I'm going to have to take those words back. Because they had about 4 gallons worth. I mean, either somebody was selling it or somebody had like a real bad addiction, y'all. We got to go and be real about a lot of this stuff. We don't want to say that bad about them because, we down with the people and they down with us. But there was a lot of promethazine with codeine, if we going to be honest. But y'all don't like to be honest. And sometimes, I understand. I'm not a dishonest person, but I am like a omission type person. I just ain't going to say nothing, because I don't like to lie and I don't practice lying. I don't lie like that. I will just not say anything. I will do that. I will not say anything. So if he was actually going to distribute, this is not talking about like liquid, but it is talking about like when these people making these counterfeit pills. So if you get caught with even the materials to make the stuff, to make the pills in Georgia, and you're not some kind of compounded pharmacy, or you don't have a license or any real reason to have this kind of stuff other than illegally selling it on the street, this is what this is about. So possession of a pill press tableting machine, encapsulating machine, or other controlled substance counterfeited materials. I was like, what is this? Okay. Controlled substance, okay, has the same meaning, blah, 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 blah. Controlled substance counterfeit material means a punch, die, plate, stone, or other item designated, that's designed to print, imprint, or reproduce the trademark, trade name, or other identifying mark, imprint, or other device of another, or any likeness of any of the foregoing upon a drug or container or the labeling thereof, so as to render such drug a counterfeit substance. Ooh, that was a lot. Counterfeit substance has the same meaning, blah, blah, blah. Encapsulating machine means a manual, semi-automatic, or fully automatic equipment that may be used to fill shells, these empty capsules, or capsules with powder or granular solids or semi-solid material to produce coherent solid tablets. Y'all, they sophisticated. Who got these? I don't think they found anything like this at Thug House. I don't think they did, but we'll listen to the rest. Pill press means a mechanical device that compresses powder substances into tablets by running such powder substance through a machine fitted with a dye mold that determines the shape and markers on such tablets. So when Rich Homie Quan had those pills that had a smiley face on it, or they even said that some of those tablets that were found at Thug's house were in the shape of a money bag. I thought that was cute. This how they doing it. They get caught with this kind of stuff. Yeah, they got a problem. Okay, whatever. We're going to skip it. Tableting machine. Y'all never heard of none of this stuff. I'm putting y'all up on game. Y'all heard it here first. It shall be unlawful for a person other than a regulated person to possess. Regulated. Somebody like me, pop my collar. I ain't regulated. I'm not a compounded pharmacist. Okay, not like that. I do a little compounding in these people's store, but I don't have my own stuff at the crib. I don't have my own company. Okay. Possess, purchase, deliver, sell, or possess with intent to sell or deliver a pill press or tableting machine, an encapsulating machine, or other controlled substance, counterfeit materials, knowing, intending, or having a reasonable cause to believe that such items or materials will be used to manufacture a controlled substance or counterfeit substance. Okay. If you get found with this stuff, any person who violates this code section shall be guilty of a felony, and upon conviction thereof shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 year nor more than 10 years. So you get up to 10 years, you get caught with this. Depending on if the judge feeling nice, if the prosecution feeling nice, they can make some kind of different decisions about this. They decide, like, all right, we're going to give them 1 year, we're going to give them 10 years, we're going to let them plead something else different. I don't know what I'm talking about, y'all. But just don't be caught with this stuff, okay? So let's go back to the video. Well, okay, before we go back to the video, I want to show y'all one other thing that really caught my eye. Okay, so ecstasy. They didn't have no ecstasy, but I like to talk about ecstasy because Diddy loves ecstasy. Liam loves ecstasy and MDMA. That's in 2C. So I was like, Georgia, y'all live behind. Y'all know I'm in Mississippi, and we always behind Mississippi. I'm just gonna tell it. This ain't my home state. Where my child from? I ain't from here. I'm from Louisiana. We up on all the gang. We been up on the 2C. The 2C, okay? We been up on it. But anyway, I ain't see Thug them. They didn't say nothing about Thug them having no ecstasy or trafficking ecstasy, using ecstasy. They wasn't about the brother love situation. However, just in case, next time, any of y'all who are unaware of like what these laws are, or what's going to happen if you get caught with the ecstasy or you get caught with the 2C that may possibly have the real ecstasy in it or MDMA. I don't be knowing we talked about the difference in this on one of my previous streams. Y'all go back and watch it. I need to watch ours anyway. Okay. So they say trafficking in ecstasy. When you were looking at these things, I don't know how it is with the law people. Y'all let me know. I got a few attorneys in here. Y'all ain't on my team. I don't pay y'all nothing, but let me know what y'all think. We got like look at every single word. So they say trafficking in ecstasy. That means like you bringing it in to me. Okay. Sentencing and variation. Okay, let's go. Any person who sells, manufactures, delivers, brings into this state, so the end matter, or has possession of 28 grams or more of 3,4-methylene dioxyamphetamine or 3,4-methylene dioxymethamphetamine or any mixture containing blah, 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 as described in Schedule 1. We didn't go to Schedule 1. We talked about Schedule 2, Schedule 1. These drugs, I told y'all, they can have different schedule in certain states because like drugs like marijuana are not legal in Georgia. So it will probably be a Schedule 1. There's no reason that they have that you could be even under your doctor's care or be prescribed marijuana in the state of Georgia. So it'd be a Schedule 1. But somewhere else it could be Schedule 2, like California, or somewhere else it could be whatever, a lesser schedule. But in that state, you have to go with whichever one is stricter. If the state law scheduling is stricter, then we go with that. Or if the federal law concerning this drug is stricter, you got to go with that. Okay. So in violation of this article commits the felony offense of trafficking in 3,4-methylene dioxyamphetamine. I'm not going to keep saying that. And methamphetamine, and upon conviction thereof shall be punished as follows. Okay, if you get caught with ecstasy in Georgia, here we go. If the quantity of such substance involved is 28 grams or more, but less than 200 grams, the person shall be sentenced to a mandatory minimum term of imprisonment of 3 years, but not more than 30 years. So they say you're going to get minimum of 3, but you can get up to 30. So it's like, hey, you can, on the low end, if they feeling, nice, they'll give you 3. If your first time, probably something like that. I don't know. You ain't wrapped up in the RICO. you know, you ain't got Young Thug money, I don't know. Or you can get up to 30 years if you ain't nobody, you know. They be like, just throw the book at them. And shall pay a fine of not less than $25,000 nor more than $250,000. So you could be like, you know, on the low end, you get a little 3 years, 25,000. Or you can get up to 30 years. Up to 30 years, they can give you 20, they can give you 22, they can give you 30. And you can pay up to $250,000. That's golly. Okay. It's like, is it worth it? Okay. If the quantity of such substance involved is 200 grams or more, but less than 400 grams, the person shall be sentenced to a mandatory minimum of imprisonment of 5 years, but not more than 30 years. Okay, so this might be what Ms. Love was talking about. But I didn't see these kind of, you know, guidelines, you know, as penalties set up for codeine. This is under ecstasy, y'all. This is what they were talking about when they were talking to Thug, but I didn't see, we gonna watch it, because I didn't, and y'all need to watch it with me, of like what else they found in the house. Okay, so not more than 30 years and shall pay a fine of not less than 50,000 nor more than 250,000. Now, if the quantity of such substance involved is 400 grams or more, the person shall be sentenced to a mandatory minimum term of imprisonment of 10 years, but not more than 30 years, and shall pay a fine of not less than 100,000 nor more than 250,000. They probably saying like, you know, if you got that much drugs on you, you should have as much money. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all get active in this chat. Go ahead and refresh my screen because y'all are not talking. Maybe y'all enjoying, you know, the show, which I'm okay with that too. And hit the like too while y'all here. Okay. In the court's discretion, okay, Judge Whitaker and Ms. Love and Fonnie Willis and them, did Fonnie win? I think Fonnie won. They get to decide. That's their discretion. The judge may depart from the mandatory minimum sentence specified for a person who is convicted of a violation of this code section as set forth in paragraph 2 of this subsection if the judge concludes, the Judge Whitaker, the defendant was not a leader of the criminal conduct. What? So was Thug I mean, it was at his house. He did admit to a gang charge. I don't know what the gang charge was. We didn't know what them drugs was till, you know, after he was out. Thank goodness. He really got out on time, to be honest. I'm just saying. The defendant did not possess or use a firearm, dangerous weapon, or hazardous object during the crime. What is the crime? It's just having the drugs on you? Now, they did possess some firearms. So, when he admitted to the 3 drug charges, he kind of had to admit to some of them weapons too, because there's plenty of weapons at the house, along with plenty of drugs at the house. Okay. Okay, Thug. I see you. The criminal conduct did not result in a death or serious bodily injury to a person other than to a person who is a party to the crime. Okay, so we good on that. The defendant has no prior felony conviction. This what they did. This is what they did. The interest of justice will not be served by the imposition of the prescribed mandatory minimum sentence. I think they came straight here. The sentencing, I probably would. I'm like, let's do this right here. I don't want to read all that. The sentencing departure ranges pursuant to paragraph 1 of this subsection shall be as follows. Any person convicted of violating paragraph 1, blah, 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 of this code section, 1 year and 6 months to 30 years imprisonment and a fine of not less than $12,500 nor more than $250,000. Okay, so they like just find some middle ground. Any person convicted of violating paragraph 2, blah, 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 2 years and 6 months to 30 years imprisonment and a fine of not less than $25,000 or more than $250,000. Any person convicted of violating paragraph 3, okay, 5 to 30 years, and a fine of not less than 50,000 or more than 250. Okay. If a judge, like Judge Whitaker, reduces the mandatory minimum sentence pursuant to this subsection, the judge shall specify on the record the circumstances for the reduction and interest served by such departure. Any such order shall be appealable by the state of Georgia pursuant to code section. Now, I will read this as 5-7-1. I don't know how the attorneys read that, but that's how I read it, okay, as a pharmacist reading the Controlled Substance Acts and penalties and regulations, okay? Y'all help me out if I'm wrong, okay? As used in this subsection, the term, okay, dangerous weapon, okay, they defining that stuff, okay? The district attorney, such as Fonnie Willis, may move the sentencing court to impose a reduced or suspended sentence upon any person, suspended sentence upon any person who is convicted of a violation of this code section who provides substantial assistance in the identification. Oh, if you snitching. Let me go back. Let me read that again. Okay, I'm gonna take my time and read this time. So I gotta read for understanding. Okay. The district attorney may move the sentencing court to impose a reduced or suspended sentence upon any person who is convicted of a violation of this code section who provides substantial assistance in the identification, arrest, or conviction of any of his or her accomplices, accessories, co-conspirators, or principals. Upon good cause shown, the motion may be filed and heard in camera. Okay, were they doing this? Sound like ex parte. I'm just joking, y'all. The judge hearing the motion may impose a reduced or suspended sentence if he or she finds that the defendant has rendered such substantial assistance. Sound like a CI to me. In the court's discretion, the judge may depart from the mandatory minimum sentence specified in this code section for a person who is convicted of a violation of this code section when the prosecuting attorney and the defendant have agreed to a sentence that is below such mandatory minimum. They couldn't come to an agreement with Ms. Love and Fonnie and Young Thug and what's his name? Steele and Adams. They couldn't come to an agreement. Okay. Miss Westmoreland and Harvey now, they came to an agreement. They said they got him a good deal. Okay, but anyway, notwithstanding code section 16-13-2, any sentence imposed pursuant to subsection B of this section shall not be reduced by any, earned time, early release, work release, leave, or other sentence reducing measures under programs administered by the Department of Corrections, the effect of which would be to reduce the period of incarceration ordered by the sentencing court or any form of a pardon, parole, or commutation of sentence by the State Board of Pardons and Paroles, provided, however, that during the final year of incarceration, a defendant so sentenced shall be eligible to be considered for participation in a Department of Corrections administered transitional center or work release program. All right. I thought that was interesting. I was like, ecstasy? Don't get caught with ecstasy in Georgia, okay? Because it's like a big drama. But evidently, it's all of them. Okay, so let's get back to the trial. I just thought that was, I thought that was interesting. So, did I lose my place? I would do that, wouldn't I? Hold on, y'all. Dang, where were we? Hold on, y'all, just a moment. Did I put it over here? Okay, let's get back to it. What y'all doing in the chat? Are y'all here? Or y'all like literally just like sitting here, let me collect these watch hours, which is cool, you know, that's cool too. But I really would like for y'all to get active in the chat and let me know what y'all think about what we got going on here. What y'all think about this? Do y'all think that Thug got out on time? Do y'all think that, you know, if we would have seen this or if this all of this would have come out before now, do y'all think it would have made a difference with the jury? Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think anything? What's up, Terrell? You always coming in, girl. She said you zone in. Zone in. Yes, we here. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. The attorney say, we know why he up in here. We know what you doing up in here. Okay? Y'all let me know. See him here say thugger, baby. I just, you know, I didn't even know I was a fan of Young Thug. I like a lot of his songs. I don't be knowing who be singing these songs all the time, y'all. But when I find out who be singing them, you know, that be what's up. So y'all get active in the chat. Let me know what y'all think now. Okay, we always happy like Thug got, you know, he came out, he going home. We happy about that. We are all happy about that. But do y'all think that if the jury would have had a chance to see this, like this is what all this stuff he had in his house the day he got arrested, May 9th of 2022. I think that's what they said. I'm not sure. But if you had seen this, if you were sitting on a jury, like, I mean, that's still, to me, well, if Shannon was storing his drugs at, excuse me, I was not sleeping. Storing his drugs at Young Thug house, but they wasn't committing these murders either. But they ain't even saying if they did those or not. But anyway, we're going to get back to it. Thank y'all for being up here in the chat. Y'all could be anywhere else tonight, but y'all here with me, and I love that. L-O-V-E. Y'all see the kind of mess I be looking at. We got to expand this screen so y'all won't be looking at all the other stuff I be watching. Okay. I'm putting the captions back on. I'll put the captions on to make it look like, you know, it ain't just all copyright, you know. Well, they ain't saying nothing right now. They just somebody
And you can
shuffling through
actually
some
pull that
boxes.
out. And what is that item?
This is a box of 45 caliber ammunition.
And is that the same 45 caliber ammunition that's depicted on 44 X-ray?
It is.
And this was in the first floor or a bedroom on the first floor of the home in the bathroom.
That's correct.
I am going to, or at this time, the state moves to tender into evidence 44 X-ray alpha, Your Honor, at this time. Thank you, Your Honor. Now, inside of, I'm going to publish 45 X-ray. Inside of this room, is this a dresser in that same bedroom?
It is.
Now, I'm going to ask Ms. Knight to help me zoom in just briefly on the prescription bottles. And
Let's zoom in briefly. I did one of the main pharmacies. This looks like a local pharmacy, amber vial.
and was there a name on these bottles?
There was.
Whose name was on these bottles?
Oh, they say Grady Health System. Is that the hospital out there, Lee? Because they got hospital pharmacies too. Now, what's crazy, Jimmy Winfrey, his name is on this prescription, but the bottle is written for some foolishness. What's on here? I can see on this one. They say aspirin enteric coated 81 milligram. That's what they call baby aspirin. You can get that over the counter. But somebody up here dispensing as a prescription. You'll take one, one tablet by mouth at the same time every day. One tablet by mouth at the same time every day. That's nothing.
Jimmy Winfrey?
Are you familiar with Jimmy Winfrey?
Yes, I am.
And does he have any nickname that you know him as?
Yes, Pee Wee Roscoe.
Who is that?
I am going to publish States Exhibit 46,
Who is Pee Wee
X-ray,
Roscoe?
X-ray.
I never heard that.
Is this the
name.
same bedroom that just had the prescription pill bottle with Jimmy Winfrey?
Yes, that's the same bedroom.
And what type of box is this?
That's a Glock firearm box.
I'm going to publish 47 X-ray, X-ray. Is this a close-up of that Glock firearm box we were just discussing?
Yes.
I'm going to publish 48 X-ray, X-ray. Now, we had discussed earlier, Detective Storno, about the different floors. Is this one of the stairwells inside the home?
Yes.
And where is this stairwell in relation to that circular couch in the living room?
It's behind it.
I'm going to publish 49 X-ray, X-ray. Is this taking you down those stairs?
Let's take a time out here. Welcome to the chat, CW Smooth. CW Smooth says Pee Wee shot up Lil Wayne tour bus. Okay. The more I hear, the more I feel like, Thug did the right thing getting out here when he did. Did you know it seemed like they were winning? It seemed like, they was going to come out on top. But if you got the person, I don't even know if I should say this out loud because, I know these people do be watching my content. Now, they act like they don't. And, my views may or may not show, that I get a lot of views. But I think I get the right views because I hear a lot of things that I say. I hear them repeated and I see, things that I do other places. So, and that's cool and everything. Y'all can do that for now until I get big enough, and then people realize, this is where you're getting your content from. But anyway, yes. So if this person shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus, and this person got their pill bottles at Young Thug's house. I'm not gonna say nothing else, but what I just said, that's enough. Y'all see it. Y'all. Ugh. Thank you,
That is
thank
taking
you,
downstairs
C-Dub.
to the basement level.
I'm going to publish 50 X-ray, X-ray. And is this the view you would have if you got to the bottom of those stairwells?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to ask Miss Knight to help me zoom in. Do you see that pile of clothes on the floor?
Yes.
Which
We're going to
pile?
zoom in a little bit. What is that to the left of those clothes?
Really?
Appears to be is a Glock. Well, I say it's a firearm with an extended magazine in.
And I'm going to zoom back out.
They didn't think they need to they just got the weapons just sitting out.
And publish 51
I got more of a
X-ray.
problem with the cord showing,
X-ray? Is this a close-up of that? Have you ever
we ain't talking
back
about
to
we ain't gotta look at them.
say any bags or items found in that bedroom?
Yes, there was a gray bag found underneath the bed.
I'm going to publish 56 X-ray, X-ray.
Dang,
What was inside of that gray bag?
He
A
had to
Glock
go
firearm.
plead to the GOS and the DRUG.
I'm going to publish
They're all over the place.
57 X-ray, X-ray.
He
Is
ain't
that
had no
the Glock
choice.
firearm that was found in that?
They got some weapons in this joint.
Located 2 boxes of ammunition.
They got the Tom
as well
Ford
as a empty magazine.
and the jewelry.
I'm going to publish 60 X-ray, X-ray. Is this a close-up of ammunition found in that bedroom?
Yes.
And
They weren't doing nothing.
I'm approaching the witness with what's been marked as
in the
60 X-ray, X-ray alpha. The bag had a slight tear in it, but I am bringing the bag and
Y'all can be tampering with the
red
evidence in the
square item
courthouse.
and hand it to the witness. Detective Storno, can you please look at the APD case number from that evidence bag and the items inside of it?
Yes.
Tender into evidence. What's been marked as 6 moves to tender into evidence. 61 X-ray.
Is there a weapon
X-ray
in there?
alpha.
I'm just seeing headphones, AirPods. Is
I'm
this
going to
some kind of
publish
clip? I don't know nothing
62
about no
X-ray
weapon.
X-ray now. Detective Storno, what do we have on the screen here?
Yes.
So these are we recovered the
I'm making room for you first.
all right. So this was YSL branded slime drink syrup, THC infused, that we recovered from the that coat closet on the main level.
Is that same coat closet that had the blue? I'm going to publish 5.
See, when I look at this too, you know how oil and water don't mix, and like some of this stuff, I'll be like, they need to have like shake well as part of the instructions, because it's like it ain't mixed up good enough. Like how this stuff just settled in there. And this was like when they got it, right? The day that they arrested him.
5 X-ray X-ray.
Let's go back.
Sorry.
So
So this was
see,
YSL
it's
branded
like, it
slime
got
drink syrup,
cotton candy.
THC infused.
But that's because you know how I told y'all when we do when we fill prescriptions for liquids and they have to send a bottle down because most of the technicians doing the filling. We just verify, you know, look at it, and we pour a little bit in the cap, and then we do that. They like say cotton candy. One of those manufacturers of the promethazine, it's gonna smell like cotton candy anyway. I can't remember which one it is because you know I don't handle it like we used to. But one of them already it smells like cotton candy anyway. Yeah, I can't remember. And like then they have the green one, but that ain't the one y'all like. Y'all like that other one. But anyway, so yeah, it's gonna taste like cotton. I guess it's gonna smell like cotton candy. It's gonna give you an illusion of tasting like cotton candy too. But that's just FYI.
That we recovered from the that coat closet on the main level.
Is that same coat closet that had the blue? I'm going to publish 5 X-ray X-ray. Is this that coat closet, that blue door on the far right?
Yes, same. This closet right here. That was where we recovered from.
Where the same closet where we had the gun firearm boxes we talked about earlier.
That's correct.
I'm going to go back to 62 X-ray X-ray.
And where they can make THC.
I'm just going to grab a couple of these items, make some room. Your Honor, I'm approaching the witness with 62 X-ray alpha.
Okay, I got something else for y'all. Hold on. Hold on, my friends. Hold on. One moment, please. Uh-oh. I got something else I want to share with y'all. And I just thought about that just now. And I know y'all haven't seen this. So I'm going to share it with you now. Of course, we gotta go back to our trusty old DEA drug fact sheet. because they got this YSL THC infused. They didn't say it was codeine in there, but let's talk about marijuana. We haven't talked about her from the DEA's perspective, have we? What is it? It is like, what is THC? Is it THC, the real cannabinoid, the psychoactive? What's the difference? It was kind of like, what's the MDMA versus the ecstasy? Like, what is the difference? Is it the same thing? We don't know. We need to know what the Drug Enforcement Agency, we need to know what they say. So, I told y'all, it's for education, it's for entertainment too. We need to know about these drugs. Y'all just putting all the stuff in your body, could be putting all kind of trash in your body. We done got a hold of some fentanyl and don't even know nothing about nothing. Okay, so let's read. Read with me. Okay. Can y'all see this? Because I don't have my cursor on here. I hate that I didn't do this. Okay, what is marijuana? Marijuana. I like to say marijuana because it just sounds cool. It is a mind-altering psychoactive drug produced by the cannabis sativa plant, okay? It has over 480 constituents. THC, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Is believed to be the main ingredient that produces the psychoactive effect. So THC, that's it. If you got the delta, whatever, if you got that, you got the real drugs, okay? So don't be out here acting like you didn't know if THC was it. And it say THC infused, they letting you know this is not misbranding or mislabeling, which I gotta look that up too on the Georgia Board of Pharmacy and on the LexisNexis regulations. They tell you which one. Don't be acting like you don't know. Okay, what's its origin? It's grown in the United States, Canada, Mexico, South America, Caribbean, and Asia. It can be cultivated in both outdoor and indoor settings. So if you have an indoor greenhouse, you can grow your cannabis in there. What are some common street names? Okay, y'all, it's time for y'all to get active in the chat. Let's get active in the chat, regulators. Now, if you know any names for marijuana who is not listed on the ones that I'm about to name, then go ahead, drop it in the comment section, drop it down in the chat. Let me know. And this is not, this ain't no snitching type situation. You ain't telling on yourself. This is all information that we've gotten from the DEA website. You may have heard it from me. You may have, done some research. You may have heard it from somewhere else. None of this is from your own experiences or mine, okay? So if you have any other names that you know or that you have heard of in the streets for the marijuana or the Mary J, drop it in the comment, drop it in the chat. Y'all get active in the chat. I told y'all, get active in the chat. Go out, hit the like, come back in, drop your names in the chat. All right, let's go. So they say common street names include Aunt Mary, BC Bud. What is BC Bud? BC. Blunts. They got, okay, I guess. Boom. The Chronic, we know that from Snoop, okay? Dope, okay? We know that. Gangster, ganja, the grass, the hash, the herb, hydro. Why would they call it hydro? Endo. I know in there smoking that endo. Smoking that endo. Is that what they be saying? Am I making this up? I feel like I'm putting stuff together that don't even go together. Sipping on gin and juice. Okay, a joint. Chief, Mary Jane. What is this? Motor, pot, reefer, sinsemilla. What? Skunk, smoke, weed, and yerba. When was this last updated? I need to see, because I told y'all they've been lazy on this DEA website ever since C19. How is it abused? Marijuana is usually smoked as a cigarette called a joint, a cigarette, or in a bong, in a pipe or a bong. It is also smoked in blunts, which are cigars that have been emptied of tobacco, which I feel like Max Sharp was talking about some wood tips or backwoods. I don't know. I just know what I heard, which cigars have been emptied of tobacco and refilled with marijuana, sometimes in combination with another drug. That means they laced with something else. So y'all got to be careful. Are they lacing blunts with fentanyl? If they doing stuff like that, man, it's over for y'all in these streets. Stop using just say no to drugs, okay? When they say just say no to drugs, they mean it. Sometimes a combination with another drug. Marijuana is also mixed with foods and brewed as a tea. This is true, okay? This is all true. What is its effect on the mind? Marijuana is smoked. When marijuana is smoked, the active ingredient THC passes from the lungs into the bloodstream, which carries the chemical to the organs throughout the body, including the brain. In the brain, THC connects to specific sites called cannabinoid receptors on nerve cells and influences the activity of those cells. Okay, listen, Linda. Many of these receptors are found in the parts of the brain that influence pleasure. I like that. Memory, thought, concentration, sensory, and time perception and coordinated movement. Yes. So I've heard. The short-term effects of marijuana include problems with memory and learning, distorted perception, difficulty in thinking and problem solving, and loss of coordination. If you know, you know. I don't know. The effect of marijuana on perception and coordination are responsible for serious impairments in learning, associative processes, and psychomotor behavior. Driving abilities is like do not drive or operate heavy machinery when under the influence of this medication or this drug. Long-term regular use can lead to physical dependence and withdrawal following discontinuation, as well as psychological addiction or dependence. They be up here, okay. Clinical studies show that physiological, psychological, and behavioral effects of marijuana vary among individuals and present a list of common responses to cannabinoids as described in the scientific literature. They talk about these New England Journal of Medicine, all these people, okay? Dizziness, nausea, tachycardia, that's increased heart rate. That's like your heart beating fast, you know? Sometimes y'all be hearing your heart beating in your ears. Facial flushing, like mine is flushing right now because it's kind of hot in here under these lights. Dry mouth and tremor initially in the beginning. Merriment, happiness, and even exhilaration at high doses. Okay, that's what it looks like. That's the leaves. That's the chronic. Disinhibition. We love it. Everything lowers your inhibition, y'all. Any drug you take is going to lower your inhibition. Then you're going to be doing kind of stuff. You're going to be involving yourself in all kind of risky behavior. Just be aware that somebody tell you was doing something when you was under the influence of this drug. Don't be like, I would never. And then be like, but you did, okay, when you're taking these drugs, okay? Relaxation, increased sociability. You know, some of y'all be shy. Once y'all start taking these drugs, y'all be real cool. Be like, it's so much fun when they drinking or when they on drugs. But otherwise, you know, you will stick in the mud, you know, so increased sociability. You feel like, okay, now I can talk to these people because, you know, my inhibitions have been lowered. You know, I'm on these drugs. They got me relaxed so I can talk. And talkativeness. I didn't know that they said that. I had no idea that word was coming up next. Okay. Enhanced sensory perception, giving rise to increased appreciation of music. Okay, they kind of making you feel like, you know, you want to try it if you haven't, because, you know, you can have an increased appreciation of music. I really am. I'm a lover of music, okay? Art and touch, okay? All of this sense, enhanced sensory perception, okay? All of it. Wonder why the DEA talking like this. Somebody out here tried it. Heightened imagination leading to a subjective sense of increased creativity. You feel like you're more creative when you on this stuff? They are supposed to be convincing you not to use this stuff. I would think the wording right now, it would have someone who has not tried it it may make them a little bit more interested in engaging in this type of behavior. But I'd say just say no. That's what I say. Time distortions. Any drug you on, you just gonna be out here living in the world. You have no perception of time. Only people that got perception of time is us crazy people who got to be going to work, children got to go to school and all that kind of stuff. Everybody out here, these musicians, they just like, it's like, oh, well, Prince will show up to a concert, it's 1:00 in the morning. Lauryn Hill, she don't show up to whatever time. Erykah Badu, they don't have any concept of time because they not restricted to time like the rest of us. They just moving, they have their day like they want to have their day, So if they on drugs or not, they still just like, it don't matter what time it is. It's light outside. Okay, it's dark outside. Don't even matter. I'm just, in my own world. Illusions, delusions, and hallucinations are rare, except at high doses. So you got to be high. Like how high? Real high to experience hallucinations, or delusions. Impaired judgment, reduced coordination, and ataxia. I can't remember what ataxia means. I need to look that up. Which can impede driving ability or lead to an increase in risk behavior. That's that, inhibition decreased. Emotional lability. Y'all be emotional when y'all be smoking. Incongruity of effect, dysphoria, disorganized thinking, inability to converse logically. I think they sound very logical. Agitation, paranoia. Okay, that's when they got it laced probably with some other drug that they, I don't know. Kind of like how Smokey was on Friday when he said he had gotten the chicken coop. They had laced it with some angel dust or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm watching a whole lot of TV, y'all. Well, I used to. Restlessness, anxiety, drowsiness, and panic attacks may occur, especially in inexperienced users or in those who have taken a large dose. Okay. Increased appetite and short-term memory impairment are common. Okay, blah, blah, blah. They wrote a lot about this. Okay. Did we talk about this? Effect on the body, sedation, bloodshot eyes. So when y'all come and get those, clear eyes, the what do you call that stuff? The Visine that gets the red out. That's the same one they be using to drug people too. So I'm like, I'm trying to get the red out. Either you smoking some weed and trying to make it act like your eyes not red, or you could probably be trying to drug somebody with that Visine. So we watching you anyway. Increased heart rate, coughing from lung irritation, increased appetite, and increased blood pressure, although prolonged use may cause a decrease in blood pressure. Marijuana smokers experience serious health problems such as bronchitis, emphysema, and bronchial asthma. Extended use may cause suppression of the immune system. Withdrawal from chronic use of high doses of marijuana causes physical signs, including headache, shakiness. Shakiness? It don't seem like a word. Shakiness. Shakes, sweating, and stomach pains and nausea. Withdrawal symptoms also include behavioral signs such as restlessness, irritability, sleep difficulties, and decreased appetite. Overdose. No deaths from overdose of marijuana have been reported. You can't die from marijuana overdose. Hey. Remember I was trying to talk to y'all about that overdosing off the nicotine? It kind of feels like that to me. But anyway. Which drugs cause similar effects? Hashes. What is this? Hash oil, blah, 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 blah. THC rich, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Is legal status. Marijuana is a Schedule 1 substance under the Controlled Substance Act, meaning that it has a high potential for abuse. See, they say Schedule 1 on here. Somewhere else. Oh, no, that might have been cocaine. No currently accepted medical use in treatment of, but I don't know when this was updated. Because people are using it for all kinds of things. Or maybe just because it's coming from a dispensary. We're not selling that in the retail pharmacy. I need to look more into this. Anyway, and lack of accepted safety for use under medical supervision. Although some states, within the United States, have allowed the use of marijuana for medicinal purpose, It is the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, that has the federal authority to approve drugs for medicinal use. Okay, FDA ain't approving for that. Other places like, hey, we gonna use it for that, but FDA like you ain't official, so we get you caught with this stuff. You know, it is what it is. Today, the FDA has not approved a marketing application for any marijuana product for any clinical indication. Consistent therewith, the FDA and DEA have concluded that marijuana has no federally approved medical use for treatment in the United States, and thus it remains as a schedule. Okay, controlled substance under federal law. Marinol is a synthetic version of THC in a capsule. This is we sell this. Prescribed for the control of nausea and vomiting caused by chemotherapeutic agents used in the treatment of cancer and to stimulate appetite and acquired immune. Yes. Marinol is a Schedule 3, under the Controlled Substance Act. So y'all can get that. I know you can get that because I dispense that. Syndrose is an oral dronabinol THC solution that is used for the treatment of anorexia associated with weight loss in patients who have failed to respond adequately to conventional antiemetic treatments. That's nausea, vomiting treatments. Syndrose is a Schedule 2 drug under Controlled Substance Act. Epidural, I don't know what this is. Alex is an oral substance of cannabidiol, CBD. Okay, CBD. That has no more than 0.1% THC used to treat 2 epilepsy conditions, Dravet syndrome and Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. And it's a Schedule 5 under Controlled Substance Act. The end. All right. So we're going to get back to our regular schedule program. So if they talk about they got THC infused, ooh, Thug, y'all. Thug got out of there just in time. I'm just saying. They got THC that they ain't supposed to have in the state of Georgia for no reason. Ain't no reason. Like, no, they don't have dispensaries in Georgia. They don't have nothing. You ain't supposed to have that. And I think they did bring the people on here that said they tested all that stuff. That they tested everything to see what was in what. People don't be knowing them drugs. They like, what schedule is this? I'm like, she don't know. So we're gonna finish this out. This is what I got. We're gonna finish listening to this. Then we're gonna get into P. Diddy. Well, we can get into Liam. I like
Detective
it.
Storno, if you could be so kind, and do you see an evidence label first outside of 62 X-ray alpha?
Yes,
And is it the same APD case number associated with this case?
it is.
Can you do me a favor and open up that box and look inside?
Jesus.
Okay.
And what is inside 62 X-ray alpha?
Inside is the YSL branded slime drink syrup infused with THC.
I'm going to, Your Honor, the state moves to tender into evidence 62 X-ray alpha at this time.
Admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to publish State's Exhibit 63 X-ray. What do we have depicted here?
Those were the 2 Glock firearm boxes that we located during our search of the residence.
I'm going to publish 64 X-ray. And I'm going to zoom. Is this the first floor of the residence?
It is.
I'm going to zoom in on the bottom right. Do you see that a memorial flyer in this photograph?
Yes.
The state's going to published 65 X-ray. Is this a close-up?
Is it? I don't know why they just stopped on that like that. Who is that on that book? Or is that a program? Oh, okay. It's somebody that died. Is that a obituary? Oh yeah, say obituary right there. What are they just doing? A recap? They ain't gonna say nothing else? Okay. All right. All right. That's part of y'all lesson for tonight. Okay, so who we got up next? We gonna go to Liam Payne. Some of you don't know about Liam Payne. He was in the band One Direction from the UK. And what had happened was a couple weeks ago, Liam was in Argentina with his girlfriend and they were just hanging out. And he told her to go home while he stayed back. While he stayed back, evidently he hung out with some SEX workers and some of the people at the hotel. He allegedly got involved, with a bunch of drugs, including the pink Tusi, and somehow fell, pushed, went over somehow the third floor balcony of a hotel. And it sounded suspicious to me at the time. So we talked about it a little bit. And nobody had been arrested. Nobody knew anything. They like, oh, he was outraged. He was acting crazy, and he just went over the edge. 25 points of impact. It was weird. Okay. So y'all know who we gonna go to. We're gonna go holler at our guy, Jesse Weber. Hold on. Oh, one moment, y'all. Jesse Weber over here at Sidebar. I love Jesse Weber. I watch his show so much, but I'm at the point now I don't want to go on Jesse's show. I want to go on the other guy's show, the forensic guy. He gonna be he on the ID channel, so I kind of want to go in there. He can have me on the episode and they can replay it, put it in syndication. Okay, so let's share this. Let's do it like that. Because that's what makes you beautiful. Oh. Okay, I'm going to share this. There you go, Liam. And we're going to go from there, okay?
In his system. this is a developing story that will continue to follow. But for now, let's take a deep dive into the facts we do know.
You said the volume went
Sidebar
out.
is
Was it
just
my volume went out?
We are
I
learning
think it
more
felt like it was their
details about
volume.
the
Was
death
it their
of former
volume?
One Direction star Liam Payne, the young man behind so many of their hit songs, after he fell to his death at an Argentina hotel. But rumors continue to swirl about what happened in the hours leading up to his death and who might be involved. Well, forensic death investigator Joseph Scott Morgan is coming back on to help me separate fact from fiction. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So police in Buenos Aires, Argentina, they have raided the luxurious Casa Sur Palermo hotel as the region's prosecutor investigates how Liam Payne went from just greeting excited fans outside to then lying dead in the hotel courtyard 3 stories below his hotel balcony. And we've been keeping a very close eye on this story, and I want to bring back in forensic death investigator from Jacksonville State University, host of the Body Bags podcast, Joseph Scott Morgan. Joseph, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming on. We just spoke about this investigation earlier this week. And since then, we've kind of learned a little new information. Some of it's pretty enlightening. And I'm going to talk about it right now. So as we've told you, 31-year-old Liam Payne, he died on October 16th. Hotel staff, they reportedly heard a very loud noise from an interior courtyard, and Liam Payne was there. He was found with grave injuries on the ground. It's believed he fell from the balcony of his 3rd-floor hotel room that's reportedly about 45 feet up in the air. And just minutes before that, a hotel employee had called the emergency services line because Payne was apparently acting erratically, that he could be experiencing some sort of drug-induced psychosis or another episode. The caller told the dispatcher, "We need to send someone with urgency because I don't know if the guest's life is in danger because he's in a room with a balcony and we're afraid he could do something that threatens his life." Now, by the time they got there, a few minutes later, Payne was dead. Forensic experts reportedly found 25 injuries that were, quote, compatible with those caused by falling from a height. It's according to the autopsy report. The thing about that is, and I'm bringing in Joseph now, when you and I spoke about this last, you said you found 25 injuries to be caused by that fall to be highly improbable, right?
Yes.
Free falling through the air, 45 feet, and it's in a courtyard. So one can assume that this is probably ceramic tile, maybe even poured concrete. When you hit that surface, you don't bounce. I think a lot of people have an idea that you bounce about.
Let me get into his. I feel like he talking like me now, because last time he used the example he said of like bouncing, like if you fall down the stairs and you going down the flight of stairs, you getting hit all kind of ways. But I know I said this last time too, and y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. I don't think that, you don't have to die. Still, you don't have to die on the 3rd floor, and you don't have 25 points of impact. Okay, so if you're pushed off the 3rd floor, if you jump off the 3rd floor balcony, however, you away from the building, right? We assume it, right? And it's not like, okay, 25 points of impact. Think about that, y'all. You getting hit 25 different places, okay? 25. It's not like, okay, you off the balcony. Say you jump. You're going to jump away from the building. It ain't like you're going to come back towards the building on your fall and then hit the balcony on the 2nd floor and then bounce off and then hit off again. And then, and you only going down 3 floors. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to y'all? Can y'all picture this? Picture it. Picture it. You on the 3rd floor, somebody push you, you're going to be a certain distance away from the building. Or if you jump, you still gonna be a certain distance away from the building. And like you jumping straight down. And even if you jump straight down, you still not gonna bump into anything, unless you hit a tree. Or like say like you see on these shows, I don't know if these cartoons or what. You jumping off a mountainside or something, and you hitting some branches on the way down, and you hitting part of this, because a mountain or some kind of landform is not straight like the side of a building or hotel. It's jagged. It's like points here, peaks there, trees and branches. Okay, you get hit 25 different places on your way down from a certain height, which I still think 3 floors ain't high enough, to do all that. But it's some foul play going on here. Let's just keep going. Let's get back into it. And I said that last time.
When you strike the ground, you don't. I'm not saying he hit terminal velocity at that altitude, 45 feet.
Hey, I'm gonna go back a little bit. He said he ain't saying you hit terminal velocity, which is what I said. You ain't gotta dive. You don't have to dive from that height. I'm gonna go back a little bit because I was talking just a little bit, not too much.
Air 45 feet, and it's in a courtyard, so one can assume that this is probably ceramic tile, maybe even poured concrete. When you hit that surface, you don't bounce. I think a lot of people have an idea that you bounce about, when you strike the ground. You don't. I'm not saying he hit terminal velocity at that altitude, 45 feet. But what I am saying is that most people are not going to walk away from that, let alone stand up and then create other injuries that are not necessarily associated with the initial impact injury. You might find, let's just play out a scenario. Let's say someone fell off of a balcony and they struck between their shoulder blades, and then as a result, they kind of whiplash back and they strike their head, kind of the occipital area. You can have those two injuries. They're not mutually exclusive in any way. However, if you've got multiple injuries all over various surfaces of your body, that dog won't hunt. It doesn't make sense. It's kind of like when you hear parents who are abusing children, they'll say, "Yeah, my kid fell out of a tree, broke his arm." Okay, but why do they have injuries on the leg,
on the
foot, the other arm,
exactly,
the back of the neck? All this, it doesn't make sense, and I can't imagine any forensic practitioner that would make that assessment and say it publicly.
I guess from a layperson's perspective, let's say he were to fall face down, and so could they say, well, he had an injury to the right side of his face, the right side of his temple, his cheek, his jaw, his arm, his shoulder, his elbow? Like, would they count it all as 25 injuries? And I'm just thinking about it, how a fall might result in that, because, and I'll say that because here's the other way I ask about it. It's believed that Payne was alone in his room when he fell, and police have reported that room was in disarray, that there were broken items everywhere. So now I'm wondering, could it really be from the fall? Maybe they're categorizing maybe something small as a separate injury, or is there something from the state of that room that might say maybe that's where the injuries were sustained?
Yeah, and I'm glad we revisited this. Remember, we talked about this the other day, Jesse, the idea that you've got the room trash. I've got visions of the Who from the 1970s of Pete Townsend going through and ripping walls out and everything. And you're going to generate injuries like that. We don't know what items in the room were destroyed or disrupted as well. Also, one of the things we look for when you have either lacerations, abrasions, or contusions, you try to find a pattern there. Okay. Now, if he has like skinned up knuckles, for instance, or the back of the hand, there's maybe, I don't know, a square shaped bruise. That's not necessarily going to marry up with an impact directly on the ground beneath this balcony.
True.
I want to go back up into the room and search all of the surfaces. I want to look for blood deposition. Like, let's just say he's picked something up, thrown it to the ground. Maybe it was glass. He picked it up again and cut himself. And it doesn't have to be a major cut. That could be counting a single glass cut on his hand. Also, they keep saying balcony. He went over the balcony. Okay, how did he get out onto the balcony?
Okay.
Did he have to force the door open? Did he break the glass to get out there? Or was it just wide open and you can go anywhere you want?
And did he jump? Was he pushed? How far was he away from the balcony?
All of these injuries originated from a single fall.
Did he stand up on a rail and jump off? Like, how was he like hanging on the other side? Like, then let itself go? Like, we need to know what the fall looked like.
I'm not buying it. I've had people that have taken nosedives off of skyscrapers, in big.
Oh my God, he's had a nosedive off of a skyscraper, Lord.
Big cities. And you would think that, the body would be obliterated. most of the time you're going to get a single point of impact. Now, it might be very, very grotesque and very involved, but you're not going to get 25 separate injuries
Yeah.
from a single fall.
Let me ask you this. So on Wednesday night, I think this was after you and I spoke, a police special investigations unit, they went into that hotel to do a search. And according to the Associated Press, the officers took computer drives, footage from the hotel cameras, also told Us Weekly that the hotel needed to provide more security footage as well as any information about its employees. What are they looking for? And how long does it take to go through this kind of footage, this kind of data, I should say?
Well, yeah, I think that anybody that had access to this floor that he was on, I found it interesting, Jesse. I was taking a look at some of the write-ups on this, and I noticed he does in fact have a bodyguard, which I'm fascinated by that little, that little adjunct there. If you have a bodyguard, and I know that a lot of these upper echelon stars, they have these people that follow them around. They chauffeur them, they stand guard after their door, or maybe they're inside the place. They answer the door for the celebrity. How much of an involvement does this individual have? Because in the article, actually, they're identifying this person as cooperating or helping, I think is the way it's stated. So I'd want to know what this individual saw. When did he last see this gentleman? Did the guy make any kind of comments that could have alluded to suicidal ideation, or that somebody was after him or anything like that? That's kind of where you start. The CCTV, if this is a place that is frequented by celebrities most of the time, and even if it's not a celebrity, nowadays with elevators, they're generally locked down. You have to have a key card, you have to swipe it and then press the button.
True.
How much more so if it's a high-end place where someone like him would stay? And so you've got these cameras that are trained out there. Somebody in food services. I think that it was perhaps it's bringing something up. And here's something interesting, I think this is probably what they're going after. Remember, they talked to one of these individuals that worked there where he may have acquired drugs from. I want to know if there's any kind of linkage. Did these two guys ever meet up? Do you have CCTV of him coming to the door, in the wake of all this, or preceding this, this horrible event? I don't know, but they're going to be checking all of that out. And also, I think if he is out and about around town, was there anybody suspicious following him, Jesse?
Yeah,
You have to look at the CCTV relative to that. I'd want to know if anybody was outside the hotel, just kind of, I hate to say casing the joint, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But before I go into the next part about this, just real quick, how long would it take to analyze and process this information and maybe reveal anything to the public about it?
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. The way this is set up down there, essentially the police work. I mean, the pathologist actually work for the police. It's not like here where we have medical examiner, coroner system, and they're a separate entity. So the tox is having to be sent out or is being done in-house. I would think that there would be a level of expediency to that, where they could get it done pretty quickly. And we already have an idea if they found this so-called pink cocaine.
They love that.
At the hotel. I'm wondering if they're analyzing specifically for those components.
Let me touch upon that, because one of the biggest pieces of evidence that police have honed in on is this photo right here. We're going to be showing you.
Yes.
It is a box that once contained a bar of Dove soap. And we blurred the photo, but you'll be able to also see lighters, metal foil, various powders, stains on this table. And police are reportedly investigating whether that box might have been used to smuggle drugs to Liam Payne. And authorities believe that the box likely contained cocaine. It's been sent out for processing.
They don't know.
And before we even get into what else was in his system, testing on the box, how does that work? What are they looking for? Looking for fingerprints. They're looking for drug residue. Explain to us what we should be looking for there. And by the way, look at you continuing on, even though your background has shut off. I know it was acting a little wonky, but powering through.
So what be a trooper, man.
Trooper always with Joseph Scott Morgan. So what do you expect from testing of that box?
3 big things. This is my takeaway. So with the box itself, they'll be swabbing it internally, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because, and you can get external hits on a swab on the outside of the box, but they're going to be swabbing it for drug residue, probably in the interior and exterior. But you have to be careful with this, because you had mentioned just a second ago something that's key here. And we begin to think about the deposition of potential fingerprints. I'll go ahead and give the primer again. We don't have fingerprints on the end of our fingers. We have friction ridges, and it transfers vis-a-vis fatty lipids. It creates a fingerprint. It's very fragile. So you would want to dust for that. And then here's the big thing. If they have a suspect, I don't know how the laws are set up in Argentina,
They messed
but
up.
if they get a profile hit, a DNA profile hit on this thing, particularly if they're getting pressure on this case, okay, you know what I'm saying, from the international community relative to the celebrity here,
Yes.
they could compel somebody to offer up a sample if they find anything on that case that's not associated with anybody that's within Liam's intimate circle. You see what I'm saying? So they'll go through all these processes. Here's another thing: the narco cops that are there, that would work that area. It's very interesting. Many drug dealers fit a very specific profile. They get used to tools of the trade, if you will. So the way something is packaged, many times is unique to a specific group of people that are dealing drugs. So if you're looking for somebody that is dealing, for lack of a better term, in pink cocaine, right? And you know who those people are, is there a particular way that they package things, all right?
They need to just go to the stores and see who's buying up all the
that
dub.
has tinfoil in it. Most of the time with tinfoil, what you're going to see, it's used for two things: either to put a sample of drug in there or to cook.
Okay.
Right? You see tinfoil associated with heroin usage, with also if you're trying to cook cocaine so that you can draw it up, or to smoke it, because many times you can actually heat a tinfoil. You create like a little tinfoil bowl. You put a pipe over the interior.
We had
of the
that
little
can
tinfoil
top
bowl,
that was
and
cut
you can
out real
cook it
perfect.
on the outside, and you inhalate that. So that
You know what to do.
Any number of things. So they've got a wide spectrum of things they're going to be looking at, not to mention whatever else was going on within his body.
What's up, mortgage boss? Shout out to the mortgage boss in the B9. Thank you for joining the chat. Thank you for joining us tonight.
They're searching for. One of the interesting things about this case is that the dad has been told that his son's body would not be released for like 10 days. So
is that standard?
No, it's not, because, at autopsy, you take all of your samples at that point in time. What else are you going to go back and look for?
They keep going back and looking in the hotel. They keep going back to the hotel. They had a raid at the hotel 7 months after the murder or the death or whatever. And now they keeping the body because they keep going back in the body for samples. Like, what are they doing? They trying to cover it up.
All your tissue samples weighed and measured all of the organs, and you're looking for any kind of signs, anything that has forensic value to it. But it doesn't take that long.
Okay.
So I don't understand why the body is not being released. And I think that that's another kind of curious point of order here.
Curious.
And
that's a nice way to say it.
There have been rumors that one of the hotel employees may have been involved, that he may have also been a drug dealer who was the one who got narcotics for Payne, because I don't know how many people know, but Payne, he was struggling for years with addiction. And investigators have indicated that they don't think necessarily there's a third party involved in the death per se. Like, again, a person killing Payne or intent on killing Payne, I should say.
Yeah.
But they are still searching for this alleged drug dealer. In fact, an Argentinian TV reporter said this week, "We understand a person who is part of the hotel staff has been suspended after being linked to the supply of drugs to Liam Payne. We'll have to see how that now plays out. It is a person who worked in the hotel's restaurant." The hotel company itself has not commented on that so far. And now we're talking, Joseph, about going after drug dealers like we have in the United States. Look at the Matthew Perry situation. I'm not sure what the law is in Argentina.
I told y'all about Matthew
kind of
Perry.
hit on some of the main
Y'all
takeaways.
gonna start listening to me one of these days.
Yeah, what a great point of reference by you, Jesse, relative to Matthew's death. And, we covered that one extensively. And I'm thinking, in this particular case, this is not some celebrity that's in their mansion. This is a public location, granted, a hotel, but still, they have a vested interest here, because now they've got this high profile guest that's coming into their jurisdiction. And now they're found over the side of the balcony with what appears to be drugs on board. they're going to put this under a really intense light.
Let's go.
And they're going to go after people relative to this because let's face it, it gives them a black eye. And,
It does.
I think that because
It does. But let's get into it, y'all. Hey, okay, so what we got in chat, y'all? Let's what is going on? Y'all ain't talking about nothing. I got a few of y'all still hanging in here with me real tough, and I appreciate that. Y'all know it's always LOVE. Wow, you. I love you. I love y'all. So maybe I need to interact a little bit more with y'all. So already we've talked about Young Thug. We've gone through everything that's in Young Thug's house, everything they found at his house on the day of his arrest, which was like a lot of stuff if I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. And if y'all gonna keep it real with me. We got somebody in the chat celebrating their birthday tonight. I just had a birthday a couple days ago on November 3rd. Hey, nobody asked me how old I was, so I ain't gonna tell y'all. It don't matter. It don't matter. But so celebrating the birthday. Diddy celebrated his birthday. He celebrated his birthday. Let me go. I need to jump on Diddy because with Liam, they don't have no new information. They say they're arresting people. They say they're not. They still hold his body. They're not giving his family that body. His daddy been down there since October something. I don't know how long he been down there, but he been down there way too long. I feel like it was October 16th for some reason. That date is sticking in my head. Somewhere like that. Anyway, so y'all, for those of you who don't know Liam was in the group One Direction with one Harry Styles, who has the same hairstyle per Jocelyn A, who reminded me of that. Maybe that's why I thought I knew him. But there was Zayn, who was in there. He was in the Back to Sleep remix with Usher and Chris Brown. So I know Zayn. That wasn't this guy. This is Liam. Liam was in the band with that guy, Zayn. So fell off the hotel balcony. They said he had Tootsie in there. They said he had heroin in there. He had crack. A 31-year-old man had this in Argentina. He had a can top. He was burning candles. He evidently, they said he destroyed the room, but all they showed us was a busted TV. Like somebody just kind of like kicked the TV in. You could tell all of it looked staged to me. That's my opinion. I don't know any of this for a fact. I'm not down in Argentina. I'm here in the U.S., okay? His girlfriend was there with him. They had been partying. He sold her a couple dreams. I ain't gonna lie. He sold her some dreams before he left, and he told her to go home. But I told y'all, if that was me, we came here together, then we leaving together. He'd be like, no, Natasha, just go home. And I'm gonna be like, why you staying? What you staying for? I don't get it. He'd be like, go home. And then he would have to get into it with me. And then I would end up staying. We both would stay, or we both would leave, because that's just how I roll. Well, I told y'all I'm not controlling or boss or anything like that, and I don't get controlled or bossed around either. Nobody tells me what to do, Bobby. Everybody knows that. That's what Whitney Houston said. Nobody controls me, Bobby. Everybody knows that. And if they don't know, they better ask somebody. Nobody tells me what to do. So, but it would be like, hey, you already had a drug situation. Even though my banner says life is short, keep your addictions. If you try to get out this addiction because it's affecting your life, your livelihood, your quality and quantity of life, then you need to get off them, okay? Just say no. So if you've been off them, you say you've been clean for 6 months, even though I told y'all, you cannot trust these people. When they addicts, they be lying, okay? They lie, they cheat, they steal. And they gonna be giving you that gift of gab because they be talking, and they be like talking fast, and they be funny, and they be like saying whatever they gotta say to get you off your game. But you gotta stay focused. You gotta have tunnel vision. Like, nope, he just trying to make me laugh because he want me to go home so he can call these SEX workers and so he can get this crack. No, you cannot. I ain't laughing at nothing you say. You ain't funny. I ain't leaving. And if they get to crying, because they gonna do that too. With these addicts, they be crying. Lord knows they be crying. Y'all ever been around them? I'd have been around. I told y'all I be in high places. I've been in some really, really high places. I've been in some very low places. I be everywhere. I be wherever I'm at. But let me get you out here while I'm talking like this. I'm sorry, RPG, if you're not, a fan of, this kind of randomness. But if you be dealing with these people and they own drugs or they own whatever they own, whatever their addiction is, because people be having all kinds of addictions to food, to sex, to drugs, to smoking, to drinking, addicted to just, bad behavior, just, addicted to getting high, adrenaline junkies. They be addicted to all kind of stuff, risky behavior, okay? And they will cry. Lord knows they be crying. They be crying just as much as they will be laughing. It's like, now what they crying about now? He's like, y'all don't want to help me. I'm just trying to get better. I told you I'm doing this and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, don't even, it'd be like, okay. Come on, you still do what you need to do, and I don't hear nothing you saying. Cry me a river, Don't cry me a river, because crying don't faze me. I was like, you cry in front of me, you just be crying. I'd be like, they make me uncomfortable when people just be crying. Like, what you crying for now? You always crying. And the people that be crying the most, they be sneaking. And I tell you, I did whatever. Feel how you want to feel about this. It be women. I told y'all, I be dealing with these kind of women all the time. I got one I'm dealing with right now. It's like, Lord have mercy. Now I gotta be on my P's and Q's, because they gonna be crying about something, lying about something, and they gonna tell on you first, because I ain't telling, I ain't no tattletale. I just deal with it. I suffer the consequences, but they gonna cry, so they gonna get their way. But it's like, I gotta play this game again. I hate when I have to play this game again. Y'all know when I be having these women like this that be around me. Like, because it's like, oh, Anastasia, you hardcore. It's like, I'm not hardcore. I just ain't crying just to try to manipulate. I'm not a manipulator, because those tears, they be nothing. But, somebody always falling for it. And it's like, well, if they falling for it, then, maybe this wasn't for me anyway, if they falling for that. Because this right here is some bull, okay? Mortgage Boss. She said, happy birthday to me. Thank you, Mortgage Boss. I sung happy birthday on here. Terrell says, happy birthday, belated birthday, and many more. She says, happy 41st. I'm 41 years old. I be like, who, me? What? Yes, I'm 41 years old. November 3rd. That is crazy. I be like, who, me? When I turned 41? A couple days ago. Terrell says, first heard this case when you covered it. It's real sketchy in my opinion. Yes, it is. It's sketchy. Liam is sketchy now. They just put Liam out there, They killed him, but Liam was asking for trouble when he sent his girlfriend home with that fake note that he wrote. So he whatever he got into, he wanted to get into it. Terrell says, see, today there were arrests made and was looking for your video on it tonight. Hey, I came through. I got to be honest, my research team, they give me a lot of content. Jocelyn A, shout out to her. She keep me up on Liam, she's, my family investigator research team. And shout out to my research team. They always coming through with good topics for me, all of them. So I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Okay. Terrell says, addiction is the high and low places. Yes, a lot of people would be surprised to know what others do behind closed doors. Yes, they do. Them skeletons, boy. One thing about me, though, I can keep a secret. I can keep a lot of confidential information. I got a lot of, like, oh, can you keep a secret? Yeah, I can keep a secret. I ain't gonna never tell it. Sometimes I'll be like, I should say something, but I'll be like, I ain't gonna do that, because this is gonna be like, oh, you went too far. It always gotta be, I went too far. Because it's like, well, if you came at me with a 2 and then I came back with a 10, is that my fault? Don't come at me. Like, just leave me alone. I be chilling. Just leave me alone. Okay? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I ignore it as long as I can. Then it be like, boom. Okay? So yeah, addict, you be surprised what these people be doing. Okay? But yeah, y'all. So like I said, you gotta be careful with these addicts, man. They cool. They real cool. And they real manipulative. Okay? And just, people in general. People in general, they can be very manipulative and they be crying and then they be crying and they be crying. Okay. If y'all think like, oh, is Tasha really on the cross tonight? It's like, oh Lord, somebody crying again about something that they ain't got no business crying about because they trying to cover up what they really doing. They the bad one. But I feel like I'm bad because I ain't crying. I cry sometimes. Sometimes it gotta be something real bad though. But anyway, yes. So thank y'all for joining me tonight. Okay. Am I gonna show a little bit of Diddy? Diddy had to celebrate his 55th birthday in jail. We know every year Diddy throwing his big birthday bash, okay? They said somebody had to have some prison food. It's like, oh my goodness, how dare you guys feed him prison food while he's in prison? Or is this place like a holding place? Y'all know I don't know how jail work. Y'all got to tell me how this thing work. So they got him up in there. Diddy birthday the day after mine. I got my best friend, her birthday the day after mine, which I need to message her, I don't celebrate my birthday like that, to be honest. I always got some friend, some cousin, somebody around me that wants to celebrate their birthday and they want me to celebrate my birthday. So they make me celebrate my birthday, but I just be like, oh, I'm chilling, I'm good. So all these people that my cousin birthday a couple days before my friend's birthday, day after mine, they always like, okay, what we doing? I'm like, okay, what we doing? And then I go ahead and I get involved, but I don't just like, oh, my birthday, and I ain't doing it. But so I was gonna come on here, but I slept the whole day, to be honest, and that was like a real good birthday for me. Okay, y'all. Since y'all don't want to do too much talking in this chat, I would, offer y'all to come up to see if there's one tonight and come and talk to me. I got to sing that Jodeci for y'all. Come and talk to me. I can't let y'all come up. What time is it? I would watch a little more Liam, but, I ain't got it in me to do that. I really don't. So, y'all had any questions, corrections, complaints? I'm gonna always open up the floor towards the end of the stream to give you guys opportunity to ask me about, other things outside of the particular topics that we're talking about tonight. So we'll open up the floor. The floor is always open for one, question, correction, complaint, suggestion, whatever else I be saying. So I'll give y'all a few minutes to ponder on that. If y'all have any other questions y'all want to ask me about me or about the stream or about any of your drugs or any of your over-the-counter products, medications, I'm not your pharmacist, okay? This is just information. Just remember that. This is just information. Take it, however you want to. We can talk about anything y'all want to talk about. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to ask these questions, and if not, we're gonna, do a benediction. Okay. Terrell says my mom's birthday is November 5th. Shout out to the Scorpios. I'm an Aquarius, so shout out to us too. You know what? Shout out to y'all Aquarius. I did fool with y'all. Y'all kind of like us, low key. Low key. People be on us, but the Aquarius, y'all kind of exotic. Y'all exotic too. I'm gonna say that. Okay. Terrell says, so did Liam write us a note, then accidentally fall out the back? I don't know what Liam wrote. Liam wrote her a note saying, give her some false promises, false hope about they was gonna be engaged or married within the year, and 444. I looked that up as your angel number or your what do you call it? Magic number 444. Look that up. That's what he said. He said, that's why I was like, what is that? Then 2 days later, he tell her to go home. 2 days later, he hanging out with some SEX workers and doing every drug known to man, like drugs, illicit drugs, over-the-counter drugs, any drug he could think of. And over the balcony he goes, you know. I don't mean to say it like that, but that's what had happened. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what I real to be honest, I don't think they ever gonna find out what happened to Liam. Not for real. Cause they every week they coming with something different. I saw something earlier that my sister sent me saying that his friend or someone was being looked into, saying that that person had been involved in the death. And I didn't even know if anybody else was on a trip with him besides the girlfriend, Miss Cassidy. So who even knows? I don't think we ever gonna find out what really happened to this guy. So I don't know. But thank y'all for getting active in this chat. Hold on, y'all. I've been doing my own thing. Love is always that way. Having bad timing. Okay. I should stay on 10 more minutes. I'm gonna stay on 10 more minutes. I'm gonna look at y'all, let y'all look at me. Let me see. Y'all might play. Let me play a little bit of Diddy. I don't want to get too deep into it. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. I ain't been to work all week. Hallelujah. I ain't been doing nothing either. I did a staycation. Stay right on at the house. People be so mad. Like, what, you still off another day? When you coming back to work? I ain't coming back to work. What else going on? Let's see. Let's see what Jess to tell y'all a little bit about Diddy's birthday. Let's see. What did I do for my birthday? Nothing. Nothing at all. I ain't do nothing for my birthday.
Sean Diddy Combs is
What's up
spending
all
his
day?
55th birthday today behind bars. Now, of course, the party
I
is
started to
going
get
to
on
look
here,
a
but I
little
didn't.
bit different this year since we know he's currently locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution charges. There will be no lavish celebrations for the disgraced rapper this year, but according to the New York Post, he does apparently get a special birthday meal planned while in jail. Breakfast reportedly includes biscuits and gravy, oven brown potatoes, bread and oatmeal. Lunch includes cheese pizza, Italian green beans, and for dinner he can chicken or rice with.
Can y'all even see me? That's how I know I be messing up. Hold on, y'all. Mm-mm. That's a nice picture of him. He want to get out of jail. Hold up, can y'all see? I'm not sharing. Oh my goodness, y'all. Hold up. Y'all can't see what is going on, okay? Can hear and see you, but not what you're sharing. Girl, what is going on? I'm just like watching this thing just play on out. Okay, y'all can see me now, right? This is so crazy. It was me. It's time for me to get out. Let me see. I'll go back a little bit.
Pick. A correctional officer was even involved in a shooting at a car during an unauthorized chase. Lawsuits have been filed by inmates over the conditions as
What
well,
about,
because
can
back
you
in
see
2019,
what I'm
inmates
sharing
filed a
now?
$10 million class action lawsuit over
Thank
frigid
you.
conditions during an 8-day blackout. R. Kelly ended up suing the jail for wrongfully putting him on suicide watch after his
In that
sentencing
same
in
jail?
2022. Sam Bankman-Fried, you remember the disgraced FTX founder?
Yeah.
His attorney said that he survived on bread, water, and peanut butter because the jail didn't provide him vegan food while he was there. And apparently the conditions
I didn't know R.
within this
Kelly had been in that
facility
same
are
jail.
so bad, they're so severe that at least one judge refused to impose a prison sentence if it meant the defendant was going to be confined at the MDC. Back in August, U.S. District Judge Gary R. Brown of the Eastern District of New York sentenced Daniel Colucci to 9 months of imprisonment after pleading guilty to charges of tax fraud. But in a written statement, Judge Brown said, if the BOP, Bureau of Prisons, opts to designate the MDC as the relevant facility, then the imposed term of imprisonment will be vacated. And in its place, the defendant shall serve 9 months of home incarceration with electronic monitoring.
Wow.
Judge Brown reportedly highlighted even further examples of the MDC's failings that had occurred just in the 5 months prior to his opinion. That included a situation where incarcerated individuals were forced to provide medical care for one another because prison staff was just not available. MDC's panic button was inoperable.
Wow.
Other examples included photographs of gang members being taken while in their cells that were taken using mobile phones that were smuggled into the MDC.
Taken where?
Allegations that prison staff had accepted thousands of dollars from inmates in exchange for smuggling in narcotics, cigarettes, cell phones. Last month, an inmate was charged in a murder for hire plot that led to the death of a 28-year-old woman outside of a nightclub in New York City. And last December, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams issued the following statement on the
place is
details
bad.
of this murder conspiracy, saying Dahan McBean and his co-conspirators carried out an elaborate plot to murder another individual by causing others to shoot at the target several times in New York City. During one of those shootings, an innocent bystander, Clarissa Burgos, was killed. McBean allegedly directed this murder plot using a contraband cell phone from within a federal jail while waiting to be sentenced for a separate gang-related shooting. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, the jail houses over 1,000 inmates of both genders, and despite the
They got
deplorable
women and
conditions,
men in there?
MDC has a history of housing some very high-profile inmates. I mentioned it before. R. Kelly, Sam Bankman-Fried, Ghislaine Maxwell was also
Man,
housed there
Ghislaine
at
was
one
up in there?
point. Combs and Bankman-Fried, by the way, they're actually being housed apparently in the same section of the facility. It's a unit for high-profile inmates or those that require special attention or special protection.
Wow.
In the past, Ja Rule served there
What?
on gun charges. Reverend Al Sharpton
What?
went on a hunger strike while serving a 90-day sentence
Al
in the
Sharpton was
MDC in
too
2001.
bad.
This was because he was protesting
It was
the
crazy.
U.S. Navy bombing of an island in Puerto Rico. As for Sean Combs, going back to him, he has been denied bail multiple times in front of
Diddy,
different
they ain't gonna
judges.
let you out
It
of
appeared
that,
that he was then taking this up to the Second Circuit Court of Appeals to review
I'm
his
looking at
bail
you right
request,
now.
to review his pretrial release. But then that was paused. It seems they paused that because they want that request now to go to the current judge who's presiding over this case, Judge Arun Subramanian. If he denies it, then it looks like they'll go back to the Second Circuit.
He gonna deny
And
it.
during his arraignment hearing last month on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution, prosecutors, they asked that he remain
He
inside
look
the
like this a
MDC
school
until
portrait
trial.
right
In
there.
fact, in a memo supporting
They
this
say take
request,
them Ola meal
U.S.
pictures,
Attorney
meat
Damian
meal
Williams
pictures.
said that Combs is prone to violence, that he's a flight risk, that he poses a significant danger. There were also
Because-
allegations that he was reaching out to witnesses and alleged victims, providing them false narratives. And it should also be highlighted that during a previous court hearing, Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson said that Combs' history of substance abuse was also one of the reasons that he should be jailed until trial. Law enforcement, they even found what is being reported as a pink powdery substance in his hotel room in
When they
Manhattan
arrested him.
when he was arrested.
Yeah.
So with all of that in mind, I want to bring on a special guest right now to break all of this down. I am joined by Dr. Dwayne Hendricks, who is a retired senior warden with the U.S. Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Thank you so much for
Why is he a Doctor Who? Okay, y'all, that's good. This all we're gonna get into tonight. I'm not gonna get too deep into Diddy because I need to do that. He really needs his own stream. I just want to acknowledge that it was his birthday, and it was my birthday as well, and that unfortunately, he had to spend this birthday 55th. That kind of sounds like a milestone birthday. I had to spend that birthday behind bars, but it is what it is, guys, and you do the crime, you got to do the time. So we'll see. What'd you say, Rich? Diddy was knee deep in that Tootsie. He was. It's a song called Knee Deep. Y'all need to look it up. Y'all be putting y'all up on this game. Yes, knee deep. He was knee deep. And we get knee deep in there. You deep, okay? And you deep up in there, okay? But anyway, y'all, I'm going to end it right here because y'all have no other outside questions. And really, like I said, Diddy, he needs his own stream. Shout out to you, Rich. And shout out to everybody else who spent some time with me tonight. Y'all know. I be coming out here. I was like, I'm going to try not to go 7 days at a time without coming out here touching bases with y'all. I've been having a lot of good content. That's why I try to combine a lot of this tonight to kind of try to play catch up. But I'm not going to let it get piled up too much on me another time. So I'll do these individual streams as they come, okay? And I shout out to my research team. Y'all always coming through. Beyonce always on beat, okay? So anyway, what do I always say? I already told y'all I love y'all, and I know y'all love me too. Y'all love me. It's right. Okay? Y'all hit the like button. It's actually more people that hit the like button that actually stayed in here, and I can appreciate y'all for doing that. Like, comment, subscribe, share. What else? Comment in the comment sections, all your comments, your happy ones, your good ones, suggestions, corrections, complaints, questions, leave it all down there. Leave it in the comment section, guys. And share this video with other people. We're trying to get the word out, get the pharmacists out here. Because, sometimes I be talking about, a lot of times I do. And when I see somebody doing me, y'all let me know because I be doing me. I'm going to do me. And then you can't do me after I do me because there can only be one me, okay? Remember that. All right. Thank you, Terrell. That's what I'm talking about. Clank, clank. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I remember y'all day ones. There's enough y'all in here I remember, and I got to remember like an elephant. I never forget. Okay. Love y'all. What else? What I always say. These prescriptions, they keep piling up. He said, happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, it was my birthday. It ain't today. It was November 3rd. It was 11:03. Thank you. And thank you to y'all, too, for spending the night with me, okay? Not the night, spending the night, but y'all know. These prescriptions, what they do? They keep piling up, and these phones, they never stop ringing. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I'll be back real soon, okay? Bye. Good night.